I shared a photo on Instagram recently. I'll try and clip it in right here. And many of you asked for a tutorial on how I did that high pony with a lot of volume. I did start with my hair curled beforehand. My hair is curled today. I did attempt a few different hair tutorials earlier, so it's a little flattened out from where I started in that original image. So I'm gonna show you today how to walk through the steps that I did to get that ponytail. It might look a little different because my hair's in sort of a different place, but I want to share a few tips for getting a lot of volume, my favorite elastics I like to use for low ponytails or something high, and yeah, just show you how to do it and how to get like nice texture around the part of the ponytail that goes back. So that's what we're doing today. If you want to see how to get that high pony, keep on watching. Before I start, I have to say that it is so important to start with texture in your hair. If your hair is really straight and silky and soft, that's wonderful, but you're not going to get the final effect you are going for. So you can put texture in your hair by curling it with a curling iron, curling it with a flat iron. You can use a triple barrel curling iron and just get some bend in the hair. If you want the ends to flick out, you need a little bend in your hair before you start. Don't do it afterwards. You need to do it before you start. You can also use a texture spray. I love Amika's Undone Texture Spray. That's what I used that day, and that's what I'll use again today. I already have Amika's Got Grit in my hair from earlier, but I've been messing with it enough. I've really kind of smoothed through it. So I'm adding more texture by spraying this in. And the key for having texture in your ponytail is to put texture in your hair before you put the ponytail in. From the start, you want to have oversized, texturized hair. Have I said texture enough? I think I have. So another thing I'm going to be doing, because this is what I did in the photo, is I'm adding in one weft of a hair extension. I really don't wear hair extensions very often, but sometimes you need the tool for the job. And for that ponytail, because it's so humid here, like, you know what? I need a little extra hair for the pop. This part is totally optional. It will make a difference in your final effect. You do not need it. It does, extensions can be headache triggering for me, so I'm going to try after the fact to create a version that does not require a hair extension. Again, this one doesn't require, but I was wearing one weft of hair extension in that photo. So the next step, whether you're using an extension or not, is to add a little back combing around the bottom part of your hair, and specifically where that ponytail is going to go, like I said. So instead of combing up here, I like to just lift my hair from the middle and back comb right in the middle. The reason we're adding volume by back combing down here is putting in a lot of volume at the root is gonna just be completely removed when you pull the hair back. But volume here, you can see this part of the hair is gonna be right at the elastic, so it'll add a lot of fullness and pop right at that elastic, which is where you want the volume to be. The volume will then continue down the rest of your hair. But I'm just using the fine tooth. I'm using the fine tooth, putting the comb in and combing it toward my scalp. Not going overboard here, and I'm not even doing enough to make it be something that I have to really smooth out. Because I'm doing the middle, it's all gonna get covered up when I pull it back. The clear elastics you choose make a big difference. I love these ones. I'll link to them below this video and on the blog post for this. But they're nice and stretchy. I can get a few uses out of them. They're not those really skinny, flimsy ones. Like, they have a good amount of hold to them. So I also like to leave at least a little bit of a part in my hair. So you'll see I'll start raking it back from here. It's because I want some of that part to remain. You certainly could do it all straight back, but for me and what I'm going for, I like to leave at least a little bit of a part. It may take a few attempts to do this, but what I like to do is always keep my fingers open until I'm ready to grab the elastic. And I will just push all of my hair back. My fingers are still open. I'm not pressing my hair against my scalp. And I'm lifting it up. I'm trying to find exactly where I want to be. So I kind of want to be here on my head, straight on, so I can stretch it out and get a little bit of the ponytail visible from the front. But that's a good spot. So now I'm going to grab a little more hair, and we're bringing it up to that spot I found. So we'll bring it up right there. So then I'll check the front. This side is kind of too perfect, right? It's like this perfect round lump. I don't like that. So I'm going to rake this back, kind of separate it a little bit. And we'll try that again. So now we have a little variation in this side, and we can kind of go through after the fact and break up that top section. But that's a good spot. I like my pony to live there. So then I'm doing the clear elastic twice. And I'm going to stretch it vertically. So here's the front. Keep stretching. And then an important part to keep the ponytail feeling very modern, and I'm seeing it would be vital for me to trim that extension a little bit, is to loosen it on the sides. So I'm pulling out a little bit of the sides. If I want to, I can let down kind of that front area that's parted. All of this stuff can just kind of go back. And then I also want to come back here and loosen the nape area on both sides. Loosening the nape area gives the illusion of thickness, and it just softens the whole pony. So at this point, if you're pleased with this part of the hair, take your comb again and you'll go right back into the pony and back comb a little more. You may be thinking, like, we did this already, but now we want to focus right at the base of the ponytail since we've established where the ponytail is going to be. So I'm just taking the fine tooth end again, combing down, and then I'll go through with my fingers and kind of piece it out and separate it a little bit. Then I'll finish with a little bit of hairspray. I like a flexible hold hairspray these days, so this is Amika's Fluxus. I'm just going to kind of stretch and sort of piece out some of the layering in that pony. Same thing on this side. So you can keep that height at the top. An option here as well would be to take a piece of your hair and wrap it around the elastic. I'm not going to do that because I'm really trying to duplicate that ponytail I showed you on Instagram, and I didn't do that then. The clear elastic, I don't mind the way it looks, and I think it's just kind of a nice and easy casual ponytail. So that's it. That is how I did my high pony. Really a simple tutorial, I think, but it is very important to do the steps before you pull the ponytail into your hair. If you start with the ponytail and then try and backtrack and add pieciness and volume, you're gonna just have much trouble with it. Start with texture in your hair, put a little bend in it before you pull it up into the pony, and then you'll get all of that texture and fullness before you even pull it up, and the work will pretty much be done for you.